was coming for the Humvee.
Shit.
I tried to calm down.
Airborne. Air assault. Slap at that ass. Ooh. Feet not together. You hit the ground hard as sh.
Avoiding trees, other jumpers, they do work, and that's.
Oh my god, the fucking trees. Dude, trees are your worst enemy when you're airborne.
This is also the most dangerous course when it comes to the actual training. We've seen broken bones, we've seen concussions result from this training.
Yeah,
more
it's
so
pretty
than
bad.
any other training.
What Army paratroopers go through at airborne school. So that's what we're going to be looking over right now. If you guys didn't know, I am a U.S. Army veteran. I went in 2015. I'm out now. I'm chilling. I'm a civilian. Just got my little DD-214 blanket. If you guys don't get that reference, then fuck. No, just kidding. But yeah, we're just going to go through this. I did go through airborne school myself. So we'll see how this video compares to when I went in 2017. And this video was released 11 months ago. So hopefully it hasn't gone fucking soft. It's a 3-week course, so it shouldn't be that bad. Okay, let's get to it.
Airborne student collided with a Humvee parked in the drop zone. Our camera crew feared she was seriously injured, if not worse.
Damn. I feel like they would have seen her coming like a distance away and maybe like try to help her, especially if you know like there's Humvees, hard metal things that will fuck your shit up. And you know, just I'm not sure if you want to throw your body in the way. Actually, I don't know what the whole procedure with that is, but I guess better for one person to get fucked up than 2 people to get fucked up.
With a Humvee parked in the drop zone.
Damn. Hey, sir, what are you doing?
Sergeant Airborne.
Filming? You can't.
Wait, why'd they start off the video with this? I know this is not a recruiting video. Insider. Okay. So this is not a recruiting video, but it's not a good way to paint jump school.
No.
An instructor ordered us to stop recording while the medics tended to her. A few minutes later, she was back on her feet and walking without assistance.
Oh my god, that was they'll ruck you pack with you. It's big. It'll fit everything, fit your whole parachute and everything. Yeah, your reserve, your parachute, there's like special pockets, like over here is where your reserve is. And you gotta make sure you put in that reserve right. Because you don't want it to pop, because if it gets popped, you'll get kicked out. Most likely you'll get recycled, but
When we caught up to her, she was all smiles, getting ready for her next jump.
First lieutenant.
The medic checked me out. I didn't pull anything. I didn't tear anything. I didn't break.
Oh, you know what happened here? So you see she's got an airborne tab, right? She was in an airborne unit. And she was an airborne. And like, yeah, well, we're not gonna let you stay here without being airborne. So hopefully, like as soon as she got to unit, as soon as they got their packet all collected, hopefully they sent her to airborne school as soon as possible. Because nothing worse than like having an airborne tab and then your wings go right above your U.S. Army name tape over here. And you have your little wings. But if you don't have that, it just kind of looks fucked up.
Anything. I was very
No deployments. As a first lieutenant, come on.
grateful and also very conscious of the fact that I didn't hear a pop.
That may be due to the fact that Davis listened to this instructor's advice right before she crashed.
Keep your feet together.
Feet
Keeping
together
the
always.
Feet and knees together is an
Feet and knees
essential
together.
component of executing a safe landing after a jump.
Peel left.
Feet,
Peel
knees
left.
together.
Feet and knees together.
Feet and knees together.
Feet and knees together.
Feet and knees together.
If you guys don't know what PLF is, what does it stand for? Proper landing fall, and it's just like how you're supposed to hit the ground when you come down. That way you don't mess yourself up that much.
Keep your feet and knees together.
Feet and knees together.
Oh, that's the ruck.
It's a
Nothing worse than jumping with a ruck, but it's realistic if we were gonna do it. But we don't do airborne operations in foreign countries anymore that I know of.
phrase heard ad nauseum at airborne school. A 3-week
Wait, is that another motherfucker with a... Yep, there's another motherfucker that's in an airborne unit and didn't go through jump school, so here they are. And there's a staff sergeant, too.
Airborne school. A 3-week
Better late than never, I guess.
course where the Army trains students to become paratroopers.
Oh,
Throwing yourself out of
I missed that view. This is literally what it looks
At
like
Airborne
when you
school.
jump out.
A 3-week course where the Army trains students to become paratroopers.
Throwing yourself out of an
Paratrooper.
aircraft is not a natural thing, especially at an altitude of 1,250 feet. It is a feeling like nothing you have ever felt before.
Yeah, 1,250 feet is usually the standard. It's super short when you jump out. You only have 5 to 7 seconds of free fall, and then your parachute opens up. It's not skydiving, kids. It's not skydiving.
Insider spent 5
Oh, the tower week. Ooh, we had some people conquer their fears in tower week. Some people got kicked out because they didn't want to jump out. But this basically teaches you how to jump out the plane and proper body positions. That way you don't get caught in the turbines, which I highly doubt because they're far away. Mostly so that you don't hit the side of the plane on your way out, because that's no bueno. Because when you spin out and out of control when you jump out the aircraft, it's gonna suck. It's gonna hurt, as well as when your parachute fucking opens, you're gonna be spinning. So the risers, these little straps here that attach to the parachute, they get all tangled up, and it's a pain in the ass to try to correct yourself in the air as you're falling.
days at Airborne school, where we observed
Oh,
different
yeah,
classes
PLF.
in the 3 phases of training.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty
oh.
much an introduction. When they land on the ground, what procedures they need to take, and it's just building.
Love
that
those
confidence
rocks.
in their equipment.
Everyone,
Tower week,
jumpers, hit it.
overcoming your fears of jumping. Jump week is the culminating event. You jump.
Damn, that dude. There was probably no win that day, cause he my boy went toes, knees, ass. That's it, and then he rolled. Oh wait, was it muted?
Jumps and you graduate Airborne school. Overall objective is to provide a capability to put a battalion-sized
Look at
plus
all those.
element in a location within 72 hours.
On day 1, students have to pass 2 physical assessments.
First group, get ready.
First,
Up.
the flex arm hang,
Uncross your feet.
where students must perform a pull-up and remain in place for 10 seconds.
You'd be surprised how many people could not do this. I think females got like some sort of assistance, or like there was something. Either they got physical assistance from a person, or there was like a device, because naturally, females' upper body strength is not as good as males. But I believe in equality. So if you can't do it, get the fuck out.
This exercise requires the same technique and amount of upper body strength to perform what's known as a slip, where a paratrooper grabs handles on the harness called risers
Yep.
and pulls down to adjust the parachute's direction.
Oh my god, these these T11s sucked ass. T11s is named the parachute, or T10s, T something. But yeah, you have to pull it in order to turn. And sometimes, if you want to make a really sharp turn, you gotta get real up in that bitch, because the more you can fucking pull down, the more the parachute's gonna tilt. And yeah,
To really pull good slip, you're pulling, I think, 60% of your body weight.
If you cannot hook up
that's a decent amount.
to the ankle line
Hey, 6'9".
cable, you are a reach assessment failure. Do you understand?
The second physical test assesses a student's ability to reach the cable they must connect to before jumping.
Extend your arms straight out. Straight your fingers.
Being a smaller human, I was definitely nervous about that. But when I got there, I stretched my arm out as high as I could and
The Army wants still
And the
more volunteers from its
Roger,
ranks for parachute duty.
Since 1940, paratroopers have been trained at the Fort Benning Army installation, which
Fort
straddles the
Benning.
Alabama-Georgia border, about 100 miles southwest of Atlanta.
Stand by for the jump light. That's it. 4 more trips like this one, and the fledgling paratrooper gets his wings. His pay will be $50 a month more than regular soldiers of his rank.
50. Yeah, so if you're airborne, you get paid more. When I was in, you get paid an extra $150 a month.
Today, paratroopers still get extra pay.
Gotta protect that reserve.
Who graduate from airborne school get $150 per month added to their paycheck.
There it is. Nice and soft.
Classified as hazardous duty incentive pay.
Man, dude, I wish when I was in, I got a GoPro or something so I could record some of this shit. Look at that plane. Oh, there's other jumpers.
Students use mock parachutes to learn how to safely don and rig them before a jump.
Airborne, walk all the way to the end.
Marking the beginning.
Yeah, so when you go to jump scare, they'll refer to you as airborne, and all these guys are NCOs, you know, E5 and above, but you'll refer to them as Sergeant Airborne. You don't, you never said their last name, but it was always just Sergeant Airborne.
Of Ground Week.
Slap, step, kick.
Jumpers hit it.
The ground week phase gives you confidence in your competency.
If you're in the left door, your static line is in the left hand.
You don't have to be the strongest or the smartest.
Free cover.
If you can remember to do very specific things at very specific times, you'll be fine.
Yeah, just don't be a fucking dumbass. Be where you're supposed to be, do what you're supposed to do, and it's a couple steps, man. There's just a lot of fucking waiting, but oh my dude, like some people let their nerves get to them and they just forget everything, which is fine, but like just getting into aircraft and sitting where you're supposed to sit and all this other like nonchalant bullshit is like, it's not that hard, man.
These are your equipment rings. Below that, you have your saddle.
We teach them how to properly put on
what's
called the harness. Teach
Rig
them
me
how
up.
to rig it, the different components of the harness. Airborne, once you're finished and you're ready for inspection, come to me.
You always have a partner
harness, an instructor
help you rig up.
inspects the student's work.
Hold.
Oh yeah, they getting real deep in there. They gotta get real deep in there, man. They gotta make sure all the straps are nice and tight, cause God forbid they don't check this one thing and you fall out of the fucking air because one of your straps is loose.
Recover.
Sergeant, what's up with the little like love tap?
So that's basically
love
called
tap.
a seal of approval. Cover. Basically, they have what's
Oh wait, that was straight ass
called
sheet.
a seal of approval.
Yeah, that's straight up ass sheet. Yeah, don't I'll be careful about that nowadays.
Basically, they have what's called 5 points of contact: the balls of the feet,
Calf, the thigh, buttocks, and pull-up muscle, which
The
is
4th point of contact is the easier accessible part of the body that doesn't have anything to interfere as far as the harness itself. Recover. That 4th point of contact is that seal of approval that your equipment is good. I've checked it and you're good to go. Green light. Oh, step, kick, count. Then they'll move to what's called the mock doors. So the mock doors is where they'll learn.
Oh my god, I hated this shit because you had to do it over and over and over and over and over and over again. It wasn't hard, it was just fucking tedious, man, because the classes are relatively big. I think I had like 600 people in my class, and it was just waiting in a fucking line, waiting to step up, and you gotta make sure you're in the proper position, and you're like inching forward too, because on a plane you're not gonna just like casually walk out the door. You gotta like inchworm your way through. You gotta be like that type of action.
How to properly do individual exits from the aircraft. Kick, count, which is basically keeping those elbows tight, feet and knees together, knees slightly bent, and so on and so forth.
Kick out.
The mock door prepares students for what it's like to jump, but not to land. paratroopers.
I will tell you this right now: there is no such thing as a perfect landing, because there's always gonna be something going on. They tell you the 5 points of contact, but good luck trying to hit all those. It's usually you hit your feet, you land on your ass, and then you roll whichever direction.
Troopers land at speeds of about 13 miles per hour.
Yep.
A force comparable to jumping from a
Ooh, my man in the sand, and his feet came apart too. Wait, he was still pulling on his riser. Oh, ooh, feet not together. Yeah, oh yeah, man, you wanna strap your feet together, man. Do some Kegels or something to get. Oh yeah, yeah, and this roll he's doing is a proper procedure.
Jumping from a
You don't want to just like stop.
9 to 12 foot wall.
It looks like the wind's not hitting him too much, but yeah, feet, balls of feet. They cut it out, but I'm pretty sure he landed straight on his ass onto his head afterwards.
Which is why they practice the parachute landing fall, or PLF, from a height of roughly 3.
Oh yeah, because you gotta do this. You gotta do it from the left side, and then you gotta do it on the right side. Then you gotta do it backwards and to the left, and then you gotta do it backwards and to the right. It's just over and over and over again.
Feet to develop a safe technique for landing.
Essentially, it is a choreographed movement of them creating a banana shape or a rocking chair shape. They do a small bunny hop off the wall. They hit the ground. They tuck their chin down in their chest, put their elbows high in front of their face. I like to concentrate on keeping their feet together so that there's more surface area for the impact of jumping out of the aircraft to absorb into, so that they can roll, getting them to bleed off the momentum so that they do not get injured.
It hurt. It was annoying falling over and over and over until you get it right. And even then, you have to fall more and more. This is my life that's on the line, so I appreciate that. So.
After PLFs,
Oh,
they move to the
oh my god, these are the fucking worst,
lateral
bro.
drift apparatus. A zip line they slide across until they're ordered to let go and land.
It's like it wasn't that hard. It's the fucking anticipation, because you gotta wait on your sergeant airborne and tell you to drop.
It simulates the lateral drift that will happen in the air due to wind. So then they'll have more momentum to actually complete the parachute landing fall and kick it up and over.
There's more. There's more swing landing training.
Students use the suspended harness to practice pulling a slip.
So you would pull a slip in the direction that you want to go. So if you want to go to your front, to your left, you're going to pull a front left slip, as it would be all the way around all 4 risers.
I don't remember
T11
that.
Parachute
Maybe
is
we
not
did.
technically steerable, but executing a slip is the only parachute is
Be all the way around all 4 risers.
The T11 parachute is not technically steerable, but
Yeah, because T11 sucked, bro. Luckily, when I got to my unit, we used the MC6 parachutes, and we had these little toggles, bro. Just like it was so easy to pull down on each side, and they actually steered left or right. It was so nice. The only thing is, it went like 10, 12 miles faster because it naturally moved forward because there's these vents in the back of the parachute, kind of like over here. But there's these two bigger vents for the MC6s, so you naturally went forward faster. And it was a little bit harder to control, but you don't have to worry about grabbing those slips and you just beep, 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 beep.
But executing a slip is the only option for avoiding a collision.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of rules of engagement in the air. Oh, that sounds so weird to say. But basically what they teach you is the lower jumper, the person below you, has the right of way. And you got to base off your actions off what they do. And make sure you don't make sure you're not below them, because when your parachute opens, it's called stealing your air, right? So if someone else is below you and their parachute's already open, you don't want to be above them, because there's going to be less wind to catch when your shit opens. So you could have a big no-no happen. But usually it's fine.
Whether it's avoiding trees, other jumpers, they do work, and that's
Oh my god, the fucking trees. Dude, trees are your worst enemy when you're airborne.
why we teach them here.
Doing it constantly, knowing which way to slip. So in the air, I'm confident which direction I'm going to go.
Everything taught during ground week is taken to a new
Was it ground week, tower week?
height the following week.
Tower week, you're 34 feet off the ground. What are you gonna do? You know, nobody knows how they're gonna react when they're staring that door in the face. And I think everyone had that gut check, if you will, when they were up there. But once you send it, once you're jumping off, you're good.
Some people are, like I said, some people, they didn't want to jump off, bro. They were too scared. And they would hold up the whole entire fucking line because they're a bunch of...
The height of the tower is typically where a lot of people are going to show the panic and the fear of heights, and the tower is used to help them control that fear.
When
That's
you
a good step up.
Get up in that tower, everybody's excited. You walking up the stairs just like anybody else, but then now reality sets in when I'm standing up here, 34 foot in the air, and now you asking me to jump out.
Just a specific height. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
They're going to kick out, creating the explosive power required for them to exit the aircraft, getting a good up 6, out 36-inch exit far away from the aircraft.
6.
As soon as their foot leaves the platform, they begin to count to 6,000.
Yeah, you better have some fucking bunnies if you're going to jump school because you're going to need it.
At the end of your 6,000 count, your main canopy will have fully deployed and has begun its inflation process and begun its descent to the ground.
You did everything right.
Yeah, if you missed that, so you count to basically 6, but you say 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 6,000, and then your parachute will open, and then you can make adjustments and try to steer after that. But you gotta make sure you keep yourself, safe.
Students are observed and evaluated by instructors who critique them until they have developed an exit worthy of a live jump.
All right, do it again.
Yeah, we call these guys black hats because they wear a black hat. It's cool.
I actually jumped the mock tower 22 times just because I just had to perfect it and get it right. You got to kick out a certain amount to get far enough away, and that was probably the thing I struggled with the most.
The final exercise during Tower Week.
Swing landing training.
Swing landing trainer.
Yep.
An opportunity to practice a parachute landing fall in a more realistic way.
You hit the ground hard as shit on these, bro. It feels so unnatural because you're just going from woo, woo, woo. Yeah.
It simulates the oscillation and downward movement that you would experience on a normal parachute jump. They will swing until they get into a good parachute landing fall position. In true parachute landing fall, you are not looking at the ground, so you don't know when you're gonna hit. We don't tell them, I'm dropping you now. We just say, hold what you got.
It's the anticipation.
Prepare to land. That way they know the ground will be coming
It's pretty
soon.
good.
They just won't know when.
The instructor pulls a cable that causes the student to fall.
This is also the most dangerous course when it comes to the actual training. We've seen broken bones, we've seen concussions result from this training.
Yeah,
more
it's
so
pretty
than
bad.
any other training.
So you see how this guy's positioned. So you just want to lean over the edge and just naturally fall off. And then you'll start swinging, right? And I had a dude that wasn't properly hooked up. The jump master didn't properly hook him up. So he just leaned in and fucking fell on his face. And them bitches are high. That's like at least 9 feet. Like, yeah, like 10 feet? That's like 10 feet. 12 feet. So, yeah, we'll say 12 feet. Yeah, just imagine. You just lean in and then, and then just smash your face on this nice soft gravel over here. But yeah, that jump master, he got kicked out. I'm not sure he kicked out the army, but he was not a jump master instructor anymore, which I realized because we were in the office, right? And they had a picture of all the Sergeant Airbornes, and it was like a nice little 3x3. So there was 9 total jump masters for our company. We were in Seco, and his picture was directly in the middle. And one day we look in, the middle picture's just completely gone. And we're like, oh damn, they removed his ass real quick.
We just say, hold what you got, prepare to land. That way they know the ground will be coming soon. They just won't know when.
The instructor pulls a cable. Training culminates with Jump Week.
Jump Week.
where students apply
Let's
everything they've
go.
learned in 5 different
Oh
jumps.
man,
Where students
they pack you in like fucking sardines in these planes, bro. C-130s.
apply everything they've learned in 5 different jumps from a live aircraft flying 1,250 feet off the ground.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of running. It's not that intense because you're in like a big ass pack, but you will actually get booted from the course if you fall out of formation 3 times, I think. So there's some weak bodies out there that can't run, but most people you'll make it. You'll make it. If it's a jog walk pace essentially.
Jump week begins with a jog to the airfield.
Running down here from the barracks, it's a very slow pace. I found out the purpose of that was to...
Yeah, what was probably the worst was jogging 2 miles to get to the shed where you get all rigged up, jumping, and that could take like a total of 3 to 5 hours, and then going back to your barracks and you have to jog another 2 to 3 miles.
check to see if anyone had any injuries. And then it's a waiting game until you finally get to jump.
It's a big waiting game, man. Big waiting game. You'll be waiting there for hours to get into your chalk. They put you in chalk order, and you're just praying that you get one of the first few, because you do not want to be like in the back half, because you're just waiting the whole entire time.
Students pick up their main and reserve parachutes, which have been meticulously packed and inspected by riggers.
Riggers, guys, come on.
The team uses a 13-step process to pack about 75,000 parachutes a year for airborne students. If the riggers discover any deficiencies in a parachute, it is removed from circulation.
Riggers have a...
What was the deficiency with that guy?
A hole in the apex.
Hole in the apex?
Yeah.
Students head
Riggers kind of have a stressful job where, like, if they fuck up, they're getting jail time.
to the harness.
Because if they find out it was your parachute that you packed that failed, and this guy just fell to his death, you go into jail. Straight to jail.
Shed, where instructors inspect their parachutes.
So they
It's okay. Okay, we got the neon sign going now. Army green.
go through five rounds of inspections by the time they exit the aircraft. Just to verify, re-verify, triple verify, make sure that everything is in order.
Everything from checking.
Oh yeah, this is a 3-week course, by the way, and I loved it, man. I love that shit. Cause this was the most amount of freedom I got since I started my training. Cause with basic and AIT, it's already been a year of me training in the army, and this I was like, yes. It's like we were still training, but it was the most amount of freedom I ever had.
The helmet and the actual T11 harness and the parachute for any deficiencies, any cuts, frays, any twists, anything that could injure the jumper or cause malfunction.
Yeah, shaky leg syndrome.
After the
Motherfucker, did you shave? God damn, dude, a 5 o'clock show showed up real quick.
inspections, students wait.
Oh, you know what's funny? My number, which I was super pissed about, was 421. I was one away from just being 420.
Wait and wait. Their jumps often delayed for hours by weather and air traffic control.
That's literally the worst. It's too windy. It's too rainy. It's too sunny. It's so many things.
I will say, the harness shed is not fun. You can't talk. You can't go to the bathroom. You just have to sit there in our nice,
You can go to the bathroom, but everyone's just gonna give you shit about it.
comfy harnesses until you get to jump.
Finally,
Oh, and they won't let you go to sleep. But I remember our Sergeant Airborne were pretty cool about it. They're just like, lean your head back and close your eyes, and we'll let you know. Because I think I was like in the back half of the people that were jumping.
the students get the signal that it's time to board the C-130 Hercules that will fly them to the drop.
You see how they're covering their hands right here? You want to cover this reserve because if this little red handle gets pulled, your reserve is popping. Because if you're sitting in an airplane and your reserve pops, the doors are open. So naturally, the parachute's going to catch wind. And then if that happens, you got to run out the fucking window. Or else you're just going to get yeeted and just pelted everywhere and probably die.
Drop zone.
Say hi to your mom.
The C-130 flies toward Fryer Drop Zone on the Alabama side of the Chattahoochee River.
Yeah, that was so weird. It's like, yeah, we're gonna be jumping over Alabama, and I forget how close we are to the border. And on Chattahoochee, yeah, Hoochie Coochie.
When you're sitting there waiting, it's like it's not real yet.
Mm-hmm,
When they open the doors, it's like, oh, you know, if your heart's not already beating, that's when it starts, because you're just about to go.
Are you the guy that didn't shave?
No.
Fucking Private Arnold.
Before the students
slap at that ass.
Jump, two instructors go to assess wind conditions.
So they'll jump out, not pull a slip, see where the wind's taking them, and then we'll send that wind data up to the aircraft.
On the ground, a smoke bomb ignited in a barrel provides an additional sense of wind direction and speed. The students hook their static lines to the anchor line cable.
That shit's stressful, man. They're like, hook up, and you're trying to like get your shit in before starting Airborne gets in. You're like, motherfucker, and it's like, I'm not that tall, right? I'm 5'9", and it's still up there, but it's still a reach, man. It's annoying, especially with especially with how rigged up you are. You're like hunched over with how tight everything is, and you're just trying to like get up there and hook it up. Oh, so stressful. Which is good. You need that fucking stress.
This connection will open the chute upon jumping.
Yeah, so what they're holding on to right now, you don't pull your parachute, man. Like I said, this ain't skydiving. As soon as you jump out of the plane, that line will still be attached and it'll pull your parachute for you. Static line.
Is that you don't know that much about it until you do it. And it's not as scary as people think it is.
Oh my god, this is giving me flashbacks. I was in this position for 5 fucking minutes, man. You have to wait for your jump master to give you the green light. He'll be like, green light, go, and then slap you on the ass. And then you jump. And I'm just in this position, right? Fucking holding my shit. And I was like, okay, waiting for the green light, 5 minutes passed, and they're like, we got circle around. Basically, they missed the zone where we can jump out of, so they have to circle around back, and then we can try it again. But dude, it was just so nerve-wracking. $6,000, and then look up at your canopy.
We all have fears.
Yep.
A lot of folks are scared of heights. You know, you hear the stories, possible fatalities, and you allow that to get in your head. But once you get here to the school, you'll see that it's nothing like you ever thought it would be.
I loved it, man.
18 to 20 something.
I loved Airborne school.
Falling out of the sky, you're in your happy place.
The most surprising thing that I experienced when I exited the aircraft was the calm. It's like slipping into the void, and there's absolute silence, and it's such a cool feeling.
Keep your feet together.
But accidents can occur.
Here we go.
I knew I was coming for the Humvee.
Shit.
I tried to calm down as much as I could, keep my slip, cover my face, and just wait for what happened next.
Had First Lieutenant Davis landed just a few inches to the left, her face and head could have collided with the metal handle on the side of the Humvee.
Mentally, I was back in my plebe combative class at West Point. There's a point in the class where you are going to get hit in the face, and you have to prepare for it. And I thought, I'm going to get hit, and I have to prepare.
When you jump, you can't have a clear drop zone. We have to have vehicles
Yeah,
out
she
there
did.
for emergency purposes, and the best you can do is pull a one riser slip opposite the direction of the hazard, feet knees together, prepare to land.
They say that, but with those T11 parachutes, you're not gonna move much. Just brace for impact.
Our next jump was the night jump, so you can imagine a somewhat traumatizing experience occurring, and then I was really trying to just remind myself
really
that
white teeth.
I'm good at this, and just have faith in the equipment.
So how did that one go?
It went flawlessly. It was great.
Feet knees together.
Yeah, so you jump when you don't jump with a rucksack, which is the worst way to jump, because you got it in between your legs as you jump, and it makes it that much harder to jump off. And especially if you're like me, you don't have super long legs or just tall in general, then you like penguin waddle the whole entire time, getting on the aircraft, and then like getting just like you're penguin waddling to the aircraft, on the aircraft, out of the aircraft, and it's just no fun. But if you don't jump without the rucksack, it's called jumping Hollywood.
Flawless landings are rare during the final jump when students.
Oh! You see how we got dragged? You see how they got dragged a little?
Are rare during the final.
Yeah, dude, that's a big ass parachute, man. It will fucking pull you. It will fucking pull you, man. That's why like you got these quick release tabs right over here to pop your risers off in case that happens. What was the worst for me? It was on my first jump too, dude. I landed. It was a pretty nice landing, and then my canopy just got lifted with air and pushed me the other direction, and it wrapped around my arm somehow. So my arm's getting pulled this direction, and I had to pop off my risers with one hand, and it's not the easiest task, but it was just annoying. I got dragged like 20 feet. And then I got up, collected my stuff, and then I saw another dude also getting dragged, and I ran to help him. But yeah, it was a windy day.
Jump when students jump with about 35 pounds of combat gear added to their load.
It was really nice to get it over with on a combat jump, which
Rigging up those rucksacks it's not hard, but it's tedious.
that isn't fun because you're carrying all the equipment, but once you get out of the aircraft and you realize that being a smaller person kind of aids in bringing you down to the ground a little bit slower, it all pays off.
Yeah, there's some heavy dudes that they just sink, man.
All right, comes in for a nice target landing.
Friends and family gather.
The fuck? We didn't have that shit.
To see the newest class of airborne qualified soldiers graduate after 3 weeks of training.
Airborne. Air assault! Luckily, we didn't have to do the air assault stuff or air assault everything. It wasn't all that.
They chose to do something that probably over 1/3 of the Army won't do. It's something to have this wing on.
Oh yeah, look at them links. Also, there's this thing called, I don't think they won't say it, but we call it blood wings, right? So they give you the pin, and it goes right above your name tape like that, and then the needles where it's supposed to have that backing to attach to your uniform, it's not there. So you're just getting impaled by like 2 metal spikes, and it was great. I have a picture somewhere. I'll pull it up.
On your chest. You have proven that, hey, you jumped out of a moving aircraft. So they confidence just get greater and greater at each phase of the course.
I was afraid of heights, but
The fuck was that? Gonna fight this fucking air. In air, aerial combat.
I've definitely grown in confidence in myself.
I'm literally cringing. I got like slight goosebumps from hearing that cadence. Airborne, airborne.
I'm a signal officer, so I work on computers, and it's very different having a truss function versus a parachute opening. I'm the last military member in my immediate family to become airborne qualified, so as my mom would say it, I'm no longer a dirty, nasty leg.
Yeah, so that's a term that a lot of HUA airborne guys call people who are not airborne. Because basically they see airborne as just being the standard. So if you're not airborne, you're just a fucking lame, bro. You a fucking leg. It's like you can always pull it up because you can see with the uniform if there's nothing over here, just easy. Fucking leg, don't talk to me.
So that's fun.
What's the leg thing? So a leg is someone who don't have airborne wings.
Yep.
You can have everything. You ain't got airborne wings, you're a leg. So that's what we call you, a leg. 376 airborne students that just graduated, no longer legs.
There we go. Okay, so that was the video. So yeah, it's Airborne School, super fun time. Highly recommend. Actually, oh, not so, because being airborne will probably messed up my knees, my whole lower body the most, just from just doing it over and over and having bad landings under bad weather conditions and all of that. But it's fun. It's fun though. Especially because of course I was in an airborne unit, so we jumped regularly, at least once every 3 months to stay qualified. But it was way more than that. They try to get us to jump once or twice every month, so we can become jump masters, and then we need more jump masters so we can look cooler to other people. If you guys liked the video, like the video. If you didn't, what I do wrong, man, let me know. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Right after Airborne School, I went to Ranger Assessment Selection Program, or RAS, so maybe we can do that video as well. Again, first reaction video. It's pretty fun to go over, and yeah, I'd love to do this again. But yeah, that's gonna be all it from me, guys. Peace.